Hey, Shalom Aleichem, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Blessings and salutation be to the hopeful elect. Who is in the gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. It's the priest Mahaloya coming back with another lesson through the Spirit. With another lesson, people may say, "Oh, I thought you was an op. What are you calling yourself a priest now?" No, just through the Spirit, man, because actually I am a Levite, and in our camps, I actually do the service, the Passover service, the Shabbat service, and it just resonated with my spirit to, just call myself a priest because, I'm a Levite for one thing, and we know that the Levites were the priests. So if I offended anybody with that title, then it's just too damn bad. No, I'm just talking shit, but no, whatever, man. But anyway, this is just a quick lesson through the Spirit. Lord's really be edifying something real quick. I came across an article, I want to say about a week and a half ago, but I didn't really go all the way through it. But the title was pretty much straightforward. It says 40% of workers are considering quitting their jobs soon, and here's where they're going. Okay, as you know, and also it says America could be abandoning the U.S. dollar. Okay, because if you go into the history of BRICS and the Saudis, and then you look at pretty much the oil trades and so forth that America is effectually losing, you would know that the Saudis is not dealing with Americans' oil anymore to a degree. Okay, and usually when the Saudis cut you off because they was backing the oil through the petrodollar. The petrodollar is backed up by the oil. Okay, that's why we call it the petrodollar, which currency should be backed up by silver and gold or precious metals, but Esau backs it up with commodities such as oil, which is very volatile if you ask me. But anyway, eventually they're gonna abandon the dollar and go to this new NFC. I say it that way instead of the capital F to the R to the capital R to the F to the I to the nearest, so to speak, the D. We're gonna say the NFC, which is near field communication, which is the same thing, same concept. That's going to be the system that's going to replace all this monetary, all this overly credit-based system is going to be replaced by the MOTB. And this is the reason why you're seeing them abandoning the dollar and the reason why inflation is at an all-time high. Like, you do have gas prices that are lower, okay? But that doesn't mean that the dollar is not in trouble, because I believe Biden had some type of tax break with the oil, or called relief at the pumps. But regardless of that, man, it's still not profitable because you still have inflation at 9%. All-time high, so with the last 30-40 years, man. So you still got to take that into consideration, so anyway, here go the article here, same title, but it says more than 4 million people have left their jobs each month in the U.S. so far this year. Okay, and this is 2022 recent article. It says, according to the new research, this record-breaking trend isn't going to quit anytime soon, because people, they're pretty much tired of working, man. It's dead end. It's all vanity at the end of the day. No matter how much money they give you, people are pretty much losing. They need a peace of mind, okay? Because same thing, you're getting paid X amount of dollars on the job, but yet rent is going up. Like out there in California, $5,000 a month for rent. Like, that's fucking ridiculous. The equivalent of $140,000, $150,000 a year to live in a city, and nobody is really making that, especially in the Midwest. You know what I'm saying? And you do have people that make that kind of money, but usually they're not living in some high-end condos. They have homes, resources, etc. But yeah, people are getting, they're getting tired of it. The only people that got hope in this system ever continuing is all dumbass people, because they put their faith in the fucking white man. That they listen to the news and they believe everything that tells them, just because inflation or just because the food shortages haven't hit their particular cities or states, they swear up and down they're in good case. But that's not the case, man, because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is getting ready to bring a misjudgment on all 50 states of America, man. All right, so don't think that you're in safe case because nothing has hit your city yet. Things are happening all around. People are losing their minds and losing their jobs and losing their homes. Foreclosure. Like, I was driving down the street from my house last week and I seen somebody's shit put out on the side of the road, and they must have been gone for 2 or 3 days, because it was so funny. The Spirit allowed me to see. I was driving back down that road going to the store, and these an Edomite couple, and they looked pretty much distraught, like, oh my God, like, what the hell happened? So these people are getting ready to be brought in for a rude awakening. And we've been speaking on it. We've been warning you people. We've been telling you through the Spirit that these things were going to commence any day now, and they're happening. Okay, certain states are a little bit worse than others, but sooner than later, all these prophecies are going to hit these particular cities, man. So just hold on. All right, but it says about 40% of the U.S. workers are considering quitting their current jobs in the next 3 to 6 months, which I don't blame them. A report from McKinsey and Company published last week, which surveyed 6,294 Americans between February and April, has found. It says this just isn't a passing trend or what related change to the labor market. Bonnie Dowling, one of the authors of the report, says of the elevated quit rates. It says there's been a fundamental shift in workers' mentality, yes, and their willingness to prioritize other things in their life beyond whatever job they hold. It says we're never going back to how things were in 2019, and you're absolutely right. Okay, like I said, people, they need mental clarity. People's mental is not incorporated in the American workforce anymore. Okay, like the labor force, it's a done deal. Like sometimes you get up at your job, you're like, man, fuck this shit. The type of abuse you take from coworkers, supervisors, managers, whatever you want to call these people, sometimes it's just not worth it, man. And then you're working, you got to work extra hard because 40% of the job force quit. Then you got the other 60% just got to take on the slack of the 40%. So that means that you got 60% of the people doing 100% of the jobs, and that's going to stress more people out to quit. So they're going to have to go up on salaries and benefits. They're going to give out a lot of PTO time to give people more of a work and lifestyle balance. Okay? Because people ain't going to want to come into work because they're going to be overly stressed out, taking on other people's loads. And that's going to cause people to quit. And a lot of the companies are going to implode from it because they're not going to have the money to continue to pay these people because they don't have a workforce. Okay? And this is the Lord smiting his job. He's smiting the job market, man. Okay? Like the scriptures say, how Mektosh, man. Mektosh, which is a merchant city. Okay? Like your Wall Streets, your exchanges down there in New York and whatever state they may deal with stock exchange. They're pretty much in trouble here, okay, because the stock market, though that doesn't really dictate the flow of the economy because it's manipulated, but GDP is at an all-time low. Okay, you don't have gross domestic product elevating quicker or deflating or elevating Slovakia as much as you have debt and people walking away from these jobs, man. Okay, so GDP is pretty much stagnant, and when you don't have gross domestic product, you don't have things in circulation, then your economy is not going to thrive. So what's going to happen is you're going to be forced to print more stimulus checks, more money out of thin air, which is going to cause your economy to go into inflation, hyperinflation, which the price of hyperinflation doubles that of inflation. Because hyperinflation is if you go into a store and you buy a chicken wing dinner for $12, which that's already inflation. Chicken wings shouldn't cost that goddamn much. But let's just say at the end of that meal, that same 6-piece chicken wing dinner is $89 for the same 6 pieces. That's hyperinflation. Okay, and we're gonna see that here in a little while. It says here, it says there's been a fundamentally shift in workers' mentality and their willingness to I read that. It says such conversations, the Great Resignation, often focus on why people. It says often on why people quit low pay, few opportunities for career advancement, and inflexible work schedule. But what we hear less often is what happens after people leave their jobs. It says also spoke more with 2,800 people in 6 countries, the US, Australia, Canada, Singapore, India, and the United Kingdom, who left their full-time jobs within the last 2 years, found out where the workers were going. And it says that about 40% of the people who have quit have pursued new opportunities in different industries, right? It says Dowling points to 2 factors driving this exodus, such and such induced burnout and better odds of securing higher paid role in a tight labor market. It says a lot of people just realized how volatile or unsafe that industry was during the especially those working on front lines, right? Because when I used to work for a particular agency in Missouri, I'm not going to put it out there, those that know me know what I'm talking about. Honestly, man, we didn't get hazard pay for working doing this whole scam, the scandemic. We didn't get hazard pay for that, which is a big kind of division between the company, because if we were the front lines, first responders, we was on the scene when everything happened. Light poles knocked down, signals go out, utilities are hit, then we right there to fix it. You see what I'm saying? But we was not paid hazard pay, and when they was giving that shared work leave, that extra money on top of your work hours, we didn't get that until the last 6 weeks, which certain people got like the whole 12 or 16 weeks, I believe. But we didn't get but the last 6 weeks of it, so we got played in that. So a lot of people were quitting because they were actually putting more demand on people than what was required to work doing this, you know. And that's one reason why I kind of left my position I was in with that particular company, because it just wasn't benefiting me no more, man. You know, I'm working all these hours and got to put my life on the line. I got to deal with the snow bullshit. I said, nah, never again. I refuse to, especially when we wasn't getting hazard pay. Nah, fuck that. So I found better opportunity and I kept it pushing. This is an example of that. But even then, people are going to start leaving from those opportunities, because let's get the scriptures here. This is the book of Isaiah 19, and I'm going to start at verses, let's start at verses, this is a good chapter here, but this is the book of Isaiah 19, and I'm going to start at 14. It says, and the Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and he have caused Egypt to earn every work thereof, as a drunken man that staggereth in his vomit. So these are the most lucrative positions, the most license required positions, or the most professional positions that's recognized on a census, so to speak. People are going to start to lose those, man. You know, from your CDL, truck driving jobs. Having a CDL is once upon a time was very lucrative. You can make a lot of money over the road or local. You know what I'm saying? Dictate your own schedule. You can provide for a family. People are leaving those jobs because gas prices. And the reason why they went down on gas, one of many excuses rather, is because the labor force, the labor market is declining, and people were literally quitting their truck driving jobs in order to pursue other interests because they wasn't making any money. It's just like $1,000 to fill up a fucking 18-wheeler. You know, nah, man. You know, that's not worth it. So they had to figure something out, which they're trying to heal this place, but it's not going to be healed. You know? And sooner or later, ain't none of us going to have a job to brag about, or none of us is going to have a particular bragging point at that point, because we're all going to be on the same playing field. Okay, we're all going to be pretty much living off the grid, so to speak. Those of us that don't take the MOTB, there is. The majority of you going to take it because you got children. Okay, you want to live this extravagant lifestyle. You want to continue to keep up with the Joneses. You're going to take the MOTB. Okay, because when they make it mandatory for you to hold some type of position that you've put your life on, that you've committed your life to, you're going to take it, man. And the Most High going to put a lot of you in a trick bag, because he's going to give you that opportunity that's irresistible. But the behind curtain number 2, the wizard, is going to be that damn you know what. And you're going to take it. Why? Because you like the professional license. You like the mindset behind it. People calling you doctor, you know. So you people are finished out here, man. And we here to tell you. So keep on being through, man. We don't give a shit. Just keep doing what y'all do until the missiles come, because this place is out of here. You can forget about it. This place ain't got too much longer to go. You know, this place is out of here. Right along with these people out here, man. They're through. You know. And it says, have caused Egypt to earn every work thereof, as a drunken man staggering in his vomit. Neither should there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail or branch or rush may do. Okay, so ain't gonna be no CEOs, ain't gonna be no city banks, no Bank of Americas, no Quick Trip hot dogs, man, no Ronald McDonald fun houses, no truck drivers, no city workers. Ain't nobody gonna be fucking patching potholes here in a minute, because or jetting out sewer lines for the water department. It's not gonna happen, man. It's gonna be shut down because the municipalities are gonna go in debt, because they're not gonna have that federal funding anymore. Okay, and the state ain't got no money any goddamn way. So if you depend on the state government to withhold your economy, then good luck with that, because the states are hella broke, man. That's why they continue to borrow money from the federal government, you know. But it says here, and in that day, Egypt should be like it to women. And it said women because women are very fickle. Okay, they're very frightful and fickle. Don't let the pride fool you, all right? These are afraid people. Women are very afraid, and they're childish, and they don't know it until it happens. Okay, so the pride shit is going to go out the window, like it's telling you here. It says, in that day shall Egypt be like it to women, and it should be afraid and feared because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he's shaking over it, man, okay? Because this is going to be orchestrated through Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, and I can't wait. Honestly, I can't wait till this job market completely fails. I'm tired of waking up every morning, getting up, going to work for nothing. I mean, yeah, you make a decent dollar amount. People may be cool and cordial. But overall, it's still bullshit, because you still got to listen to somebody else bitching for 8 hours. And I ain't got time to be listening to that. If it ain't the Lord condemning or rebuking me, you know, well, I ain't going to say condemn, because I don't want to be condemned. But if it ain't the Lord or sincere brothers rebuking me, man, you know, through the spirit, then I don't want to hear it. Period, man, you know. And that's just what it is. I don't want to hear nobody else's issues with a bunch of carnality. It ain't worth it, you know. But anyway, it says here, in the land of Judah should be a terror to Egypt. Jake, man. Jake, they doing those follow home robberies, snatch and grabs. You know, they're following Edomites to the house. They're running them down with vehicles, stealing Rolexes. They were told to wear cheap shit now because Jake out there in Cali is going batshit crazy. It says, in that day shall Egypt be like unto women. Nope, I read that. It says, in the land of Judah should be a terror unto Egypt, and everyone that maketh mention thereof should be afraid in himself because of the counsel of the Lord of hosts, which he determined against it. Okay, so this is going to be the reality here in a little while. We're reading. All right, but it says here, at the same time, companies are still struggling to attract and retain employees, a pattern that had undoubtedly caused a lot of headaches for HR departments throughout the U.S., but has also opened the door for job seekers to take advantage of new opportunities they may have been out of reach before the you-know-what, right? Because they offering a lot more money now. You know, hey, job you did 2-3 years ago, you probably get $8 more to do that job. It says more employers have opened up their aperture in order to meet the yawning talent gap they're facing. It says they're prioritizing skills over educational background, which that should be the case, okay? Because you can go to college and be a fucking dummy, all right? But you got on-the-job skills is because you're trained and you have a skill. Just because you go to college and get a piece of paper you put yourself in debt for, it doesn't make you qualified to do a job. So that whole college nonsense is all folly and it's a fraud and it don't amount to anything. Like I try to tell my airhead ass sister that, you know, hide behind our credentials. Oh, I got a master's and a bachelor's. Okay, Miss Thing, good. But your black ass ain't even working in your field for both degrees. Now what? And I make more money than you. Now what? With your 2 degrees. You know, and I'm not even trying to be boastful, but I'm just saying these people, they proud as all hell, man. Okay, they proud. They hide behind these worldly ass accomplishments. And they swapping down your how about Shemal Shai is not going to touch them. The Lord is touching you people, and you can't even see it because you're so filled with pride. You know? But it says here, some industries are losing talent faster than others, while more than 78% of U.S. workers who quit their jobs in the consumer/slash retail and finance/slash insurance fields either switch industries or quit the workforce entirely. It says compared to the 54% of workers in healthcare and education who made such a switch. But it says the people who quit the job without a new job in hand, close to half of 47% chose to return to the workforce, while only 29% went back to a traditional full-time job. Wow. It says these percentages came from a March McKinsey & Company survey of 600 workers who voluntarily left the job without another one lined up. Like I said, because people are sick and tired, man, okay? They realize that this work culture is nothing but slavery, okay? And Esau, hey, people are catching on to it. He's been exposed. His skirt is being lifted up, man, okay? Only a slave-minded individual will look forward to going to a 9 to 5 in the morning, man. You know, if it ain't my own shit, then I ain't trying to deal with it for real. But even within your own business, you still got to pay taxes to the government. So do you really even own the business? I mean, you got an LLC is in your name, you can insure it. But at the end of the day, if Esau want to come shut you out, then it ain't really yours, man. Okay, he may give you the illusion on paper, but if you got to pay another man for your money, then you really don't own anything here, because the scriptures say we should go to our enemy for one of all things. Okay, like a vehicle, you don't own that, man. A house, you don't own it. You know, people in the real estate market say it all the time. You got real estate agents, man. Like my grandfather's a broker, even though he would never admit it. But I've heard real estate people and real estate agents, and me knowing a little bit about the business myself, they say they would rather rent than buy. But both of it is fucked up, man. Because if you rent, you still in debt. If you buy, you still in debt. But if you buy a home, I mean, you're still in better case than renting in most cases, but regardless, it's still the same lines, okay? Because, I mean, people, they're not selling their homes at a margin profit anymore because the housing market is in a bubble right now and it's getting ready to explode. So, therefore, the price of homes are skyrocketing, but people can't afford to buy them. So what? They got to bring those $1 million homes they're building. They got to make those affordable to people who can't afford them. And then they got to put people in there that don't have good credit, so they can try to get some type of revenue, hoping they would default on a loan so they can put in a foreclosure. So another sucker come and buy it, man. It's just it's a fucking game, man. And I don't get how you people ain't picking on to this. It's a scam. It's a fraud, man. And it ain't worth shit. It's vanity. You know, and I understand we gotta do what we gotta do. We supposed to, yeah. Go out there and make it work for you. But at the same time, you don't put your faith in this shit, man. It's felony. You know? Yeah, go out there and start your business. Go out there and do what you gotta do. Make your shekels, man. Make the money. You know, but you can't just be all behind making money, you know, oh, but money this, money that. No, that's not what it's about. It's about how about Shemal Shai. And do we like money? Yeah, I like money just as much as another person. But money is a defense. I like it for righteous reasons, man. You know, and I like it for my own folly too, you know. Shoes and clothes, cars and shit, you know, little electronics here and there. But mainly raiment, taking care of the child, you know, bills and shit. And honestly, just being able to just move as you please. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but still, you got to prioritize, man. Okay. Let's get one more precept here. I didn't mean to continue to rant, but you know, it be like that sometime, brothers. So, where the hell am I at? Zephaniah, the first chapter. This is the book of Zephaniah 1, and I'm going to start at verses 10. It says here, and it should come to pass in that day, says the Lord, that there should be a noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. And how ye inhabitants of Mektesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, and all they bear silver are cut off. Okay, Mektesh will be equivalent to your modern day Wall Street. Okay, when they slave commerce, okay, cattle, slavery, whatever, trafficking, whatever you want to call it, they dealt with that down in Wall Street. Okay, and Mektesh was a merchant city, meaning that people went down there to make money. Okay, look up the history of Nimrod. And it says here, and all they that cut silver, bear silver are cut off. So you're rich, you're poor. All these people that engage in their riches, they're clothed in their talents. What about this day? It says cut off. And it says, and it should come to pass that I will search Jerusalem with candles, and punish the men that are settled on their leaves. That's you jakes out there that ain't doing nothing, man. You're sitting on your talents. You're not putting your best foot forward. You're doing bare minimum. No, man. The Lord said He's going to punish you. You got to step it up, man. You know, you got guys out there that's able to go out and teach, and you're not going out there and push the word, man. No, the Lord requires more than a shalom. How about you, barakatah, for you to get on the chariot, man. If that's your lot to teach, then go out there and teach. You know, if it's not your lot to teach, then find your lot. Pray. Ask the Lord what He wants you to do besides sitting back being entertained by videos. Do the work, man. All right. And it says, I will punish men that are settled on their leaves, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither would He do evil. That's that complacent mindset. That's that it is what it is mindset. And it says here, therefore, their good should become a booty, meaning spoil. Okay. And their houses are desolation. And they should build houses, but not inhabit them. And they should plant vineyards and not drink the wine thereof. Okay. And that great day of the Lord is near, and it is near, and it hastens greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, and the mighty man shall cry bitterly. Okay. So, hey, all the money, all the works, all the commerce of this place, it's all going to be shut down in due time, man. All right. So don't let the decreasing gas prices fool you people and make you think that you have a chance. No, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is getting ready to do away with this place, man. Okay. And that's just the bottom line. I think there's a scripture in Ezekiel that goes into let him that it may be Ezekiel 7. I always forget what his precept is at, but it's actually pretty good, relevant to the topic that we're actually going into. It may be Ezekiel 7. So bear with me real quick. Fuck, I can't remember it. It kind of goes, he that selleth merchandise be as though he had, you know, be as though he will lose. Let me type it in real quick. Maybe it pop up this way. It may be in the Apocrypha. Ezekiel 27. Might be in the Apocrypha. Ezekiel 26 and 12 is good too. Maybe in the Apocrypha though. I'm guessing that's where it's at. It may be in second address. But I thought it was one in Ezekiel too. Yep, Ezekiel 6. Yep, Salakia, second address 16. Yep, this is the book of Ezekiel. Shit, second address 16, my bad. And 41 it says, he that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one. Matter of fact, 40. O my people, hear ye my words, make you ready to the battle. And in those days, evils be as even pilgrims upon the earth, meaning we're going to have to move around. You can't stay stagnant. Can't wait for Esau to kick your door down, especially if you get understanding that he's coming for us. You're going to have to move around. It says, he that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth is one that will lose, right? Because meaning that you don't put your faith in what you got, man. You know, people that's in sales and so forth, doctors and lawyers, they got money. You know what I mean? That's good, but eventually it's going to be like it never was. It says, he that occupieth merchandise is he that have no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that should not dwell therein, and he that soweth as if he should not reap. So also he that planteth the vineyard as he that should not gather the grapes, man, okay? Because it's going to be null and void. Like I did a lesson on vanity yesterday. It says, and they that marry as they that should not get no children, and they that marry not as the widows. and therefore they that labor in vain. And that's what it's all about. It says here, for strangers should reap their fruits and spoil their goods and overthrow their houses and take their children captive. For in captivity and famine they should get children, and they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, the houses, their possessions, and their own persons, the more will I be angry with them for their sin, says the Lord. Okay, so that's the point I wanted to make. But giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And with that, Shalom and the Baba.